Welcome back, dear YouTube viewers. I'm Nick. After so long, I'm back. Since I was moving, I was without internet for quite some time. Today, after I got my new reconnection, I uploaded one of the videos I recorded playing offline. Well, you can check it out later if you wanted to. It's a bit amusing. But okay, I'll leave you with the option to see it if you want. Check the channel. But let's get into this. Let's review the deck, since also I got a bit of rusty and I need to refresh what's going on here. I want to thank you for your views and your comments. I know I can upload the deck list to Magic Duels Helper, a very nice page to do this, but I got a bit lazy with this deck. But soon I'm going to be uploading the next one, hopefully. So let's cut to the point. So as you might already know, this deck is going to try to work around these two cards. The Elusive Tormentor. Oh, my mouse wheel has broken. Alright, I cannot scroll with my wheel. Elusive Tormentor. If we pay one and discard a card, we transform this one into the Insidious Mist. That is a very hard to kill creature without using board clear with damage, or, well, no, with stat reduction. So a very sturdy creature that has no damage, cannot be blocked. Yeah, but the idea is to use the Invocation of Saint Traft over that one and get some tokens whenever we attack with the mist. But oddly enough, I didn't get to combine these two cards, so let's see if we can do that today. Let's see, some cards have left the deck. Previously I was also running in the Emeria Shepherd and some cool tricks to try to bring back auras and enchantments that we might be losing during the course of the game back to the battlefield, but I think that idea is too slow and we still are going to be using some graveyard fetch. So we have the turtle for 1 mana, one of my favorite creatures, for blue with energy, very good at defending and also can even attack in some decks. But here we are not going to be gaining too much energy, so mostly for the sake of defending our early turns. Sinister Concoction and Deathweight, both are enchantments, count as removal. The Sinister Concoction can deal with many threats. Deathweight is most useful against small targets, and we can even shrink something that we don't kill with the Deathweight and prevent some damage with it. But if we do kill something by casting Deathweight and shrinking enough a creature, we are going to have Revolt going on. That is a sub-theme of the deck. Swamp, helping us with the draws whenever we cast an aura, equipment or vehicle. And Wolf Infiltrator, this is going to help us loot, so there's a few madness cards going around, or if we end up throwing away stuff to the graveyard, maybe we later can fetch it back. And Infiltrator has Skulk, so it's hard to be blocked. It's not as powerful as the Mist, but certainly much less expensive. Smuggler's Copter, one of the best cards from Kaladesh that has actually been banned from Standard. Vehicle, if you crew by tapping one creature, you have a 3/3 flyer that whenever attacks or blocks lets you loot. Conviction, I'm running now another copy of Conviction, a nice enchantment with a cheap cost that gives a creature +1/+3. This 3 toughness is pretty good, since most of our creatures are going to be afraid of damage, so this is going to be helping us. And also the Conviction is hard to remove despite being an aura, because if we pay 1 white, it returns to our hand. Either Meltdown, a new addition to the deck. Let's try it. I'm not entirely sure if this is going to work, but it has flash, so we can cast this as an instant, and it gives us some energy to refuel, and it's not going to stop too much, I guess, but we prevent some damage by using this properly on some powerful foes. Hidden stockpile. If we combine 2 or more of these cards, I think they are pretty powerful on their own. This card, if you provide this with enough revolt, it's going to win you many games. Oromancer can bring back enchantments from the graveyard, so instead of using cards to find the enchantments from the library, our plan is to loot using Wharf Infiltrator and whatnot, and after we discard the enchantments, maybe we bring back them with the Oromancer. Benthic Infiltrator cannot be blocked, 1/4 for 3 mana, pretty efficient. So another interesting target for the Invocation of Saint Traft if we do not get the Mist, as well as Mind Melter. And Mind Melter has the activated ability of forcing the opponent to exile 1 card from the hand. That is very powerful and very useful in our deck. Imprisoned in the Moon. I think this card is really powerful, but I'm not entirely sure if it's powerful enough for this deck, but can deal with a very threatening Planeswalker, for instance. But on the downside, it gives the opponent mana in the form of an additional land, and sometimes that might be more worse than having the threat laying around. We already discussed this too. I've added 1 copy of Blightcaster. I think this creature 2/3 is a bit overpriced for 4 in total mana cost, but if we can steadily cast enchantments, then this one is going to help us keep the board under control. So I think might work here, especially if we want to bring back Conviction to our hand and recast this one. We might be ending up using this ability multiple times with a single card, so could be powerful, but our deck has no real ramp, so this can be too expensive to do. Then Faith Unbroken, another aura that will also remove a creature, but it only works as long as this card stays on play, so it's not that powerful. But I guess that in some games this can win us the situation. Then a very expensive enchantment here and very dangerous if you use it improperly, but you can use this to bring back stuff from graveyard. So theoretically, between Necromantic Thirst and the Oromancers, we can bring back everything forever. So yeah, that could happen sometimes. Then a very important finisher, Campaign of Vengeance. It takes the role. Formerly I was using Call for Unity, or I think, yeah, Call of Unity, that since it has Revolt, would give other creatures +1/+1 for every counter that we get into that. But it's a nice card, but I think this is going to work better in this deck. The Call for Unity is a bit slow to activate such ability, and this means that we gain life when we send our creatures into attack mode, and if we happen to have many tokens on our side, it's going to instantly win us the game instead of the Call for Unity. And yeah, we have many creatures that cannot be blocked. So I think there's no room for both enchantments at 5 mana total cost, so I think I settled for Campaign of Vengeance. And finally, Deep Fathom Skulker, a very large creature, and the largest one in the deck, if we don't count the Insidious Tormentor, but it has the ability to make our creatures unblockable, but our creatures pretty much are already unblockable. But more importantly, we get to draw more cards thanks to this. So I think we can do it. 24 lands. We have one Westville Abbey, because if we succeed with our plan of having out the hidden stockpile, we can end up with many tokens that can help us activating Westville Abbey. So that's it. Let's see if this version actually performs better now. Got a bit rusty. I was able to play without my connection, but it took my phone hooking to our Nightboard Wi-Fi, and then with the help of a connection to the PC with a USB cable, granting Wi-Fi to the PC. Kind of funny what technology can do for us. But I wouldn't want to stream with that configuration. Because for once I think that the Nightboard would complain about how I'm using their Wi-Fi and bandwidth. I think it's nicer to use your own connection to do this. So let's focus on this. We need more lands. This should do it. No auras in the hand, but we get to maybe find 2 black sources with 2 Evolving Wilds and set up for the the Elusive Tormentor. But seeing white and most likely red from the other side, I think we are most likely facing a very aggressive deck, but no turn to play. What's going on? Maybe the opponent is expecting us to use some cheap creature and try to kill that one. Okay, let's play this one. And SRAM, I think I don't want to play SRAM. It makes no sense to attack with or block with SRAM, and since we don't have any aura to trigger the draw aspect, I don't like it risking it at this point. Thalia. This is going to be problematic if we cannot remove her, but let's look for another black source next turn. Play nothing. Even dropping Oromancer here has no value actually, so we can... this enters tapped. So if we can resolve Blightcaster and some aura on the same turn, we are good. If we draw some removal spell, we are fine. Okay, Blessed Spirit. So I think the opponent is also going for enchantments here. Okay, this is very good. Goodbye, Thalia, number 1. Let's hope the opponent doesn't have another one. Now the Oromancer can bring back this nice card that we are having in our graveyard. So let's play now the SRAM and hope the opponent can't remove. If he's going for auras, I'm not that scared of having this out, but let's hope I don't regret it. But now that we have 4 mana, okay, Twin Bolt was all along waiting for the opponent to be used. A Lone Rider. Okay, Necromantic Thirst can be used to bring back this one or any other creature if we can use it properly. So a greedy play would be to use Blackcaster here, then use Aura, wait until we have Blackcaster to use the Death Weight and kill 2 creatures, but I think that that's too slow. Let's go. What? Then no. Well, the game decided to make the choice for us by tapping all our black mana for some strange reason. And now if the opponent has an enchantment, we are going to have trouble. And actually the opponent killing this is fine, because having that in the graveyard is going to help us. So why does the opponent run the Extinction Masquerade if he does not have vampires? Just for the sake of first strike, I assume. Alright, let's check this out. Either hub for sure. Now be careful to do not to spend all the Blackcaster. There we go. And I think we kill the flyer here. We have to spend both effect and aura over this one. Yes. Boom. Okay, we're back. Opponent with just 1 card in hand. Extinction Masquerade, kind of redundant since the Lone Rider already has first strike. The opponent, let's see, does not attack. That's good. Either Meltdown. I like having this in case the opponent has some trick. I would like to have the Necromantic Thirst, but if I use it now, then I can kill this. But if the opponent has Blessed Alliance, it's a disaster. So let's play the Elusive Tormentor now and see what happens. There's a number. If the opponent decided to go with Twin Bolt, I can imagine him also running a lot of Celestial Flares, Pumps Ups. He also runs Vampires. Yeah, many things could happen. Opponent decided to leave the game, so we don't have time to do our fancy stuff. Let's try to imagine the opponent not having left. He targeted the AI, destroyed his own enchantment just for the sake of playing the cards, flipping this one, but we don't really care. Stockpile. Okay, not the time for the Necromantic Thirst. We want to get rid of this. So let's swing with the Tormentor and see if the AI gets tricked into blocking here. It does, so now we can use this. Also, well, we don't actually need it, but the Blackcaster also helping us, reducing the amount of damage this does. That means life gain would be less. Alright, and now we have Revolt. on the ready, so I think it's worth to play Hidden Stockpile and finish, since it's really not a good idea to reduce our guys' power and toughness. Alright, I think we did it. Okay. Death weight. Well, the opponent has a hefty amount of life here. Let's cast this one here. No, nothing that we need to shrink at this point in time. Swing with these two. So pretty confident about this one surviving, but if the opponent has Blessed Alliance or Celestial Flare, I'm sending Servo token also. Bring back the Shram. Let's go with Shram this turn, and next turn we can bring back the Oromancer. Do we play Shram? Not yet, since we're not going to attack any point. We don't want to attack with Shram, and we tap out to cast this one. Not a good idea. Declaration in Stone against... No, no, stop. You are not going to do it. Yes, we tap that. Which one are we going to send to the graveyard? The Ventic Infiltrator, actually. We might even consider using this on our own guys, just to draw another card. Ram. Alright. Here it's safe to attack with everybody. We can pay mana here to transform this one back. The problem would be if we want to flip it again, we need to have some card in hand. Let's bring back the Oromancer. Yes, please. Now, do we actually draw or don't we? I think we can afford to draw. Okay, goodbye Servo token, but before doing that we are going to scry with the token. Yeah, with our Oromancer in hand. Put that in top. Yeah, you again, you're not helping us, Blackcaster. And we got back one brand new Servo token thanks to this marvelous hidden stockpile. And is this machinations not going to bother us too much. We haven't seen any vampire into this deck. It's pretty strange. Maybe just for the sake of somehow activating Delirium. Okay, let's play the Oromancer. What if we kill our own Oromancer to draw more cards? Opponent is at 13 life. Okay, let's kill our own Oromancer. Finish. Okay, the turtle. Alright. We can actually enchant the token. That's kind of funny, but I think I'm going to do it. Just to draw another card, that's the reason. Yes. Okay. Goodbye token. And we draw. This is like a Scion now. It's funny. Turtle. Yeah, go ahead, turtle. Even if the opponent can kill now that we are tapped the Tormentor, I think we still have this one. Yeah, sorry if you are bored with this. Please skip to the next game. Let's finish the opponent. I'm just trying crazy stuff. Now this is going to give us the revolt right away. Let's okay, let's see what's going to be our next draw. And finally, there you are. Okay, do I want? Am I able to use it? Okay, let's try. Let's try to do it. Okay, death weight, the cheapest of the auras to bring back. Yes. Turtle, can you hold this for 1 minute? We finish. There we have it. The Invocation of Saint Traft finally appears. There we go. No. Okay, so cool. SRAM, really nice in this deck. And swing with at least 2 Kais. Okay, turtle. Well, thanks to this one, we always are going to have another. Don't pay. We don't want to waste energy on the turtle. Wow, neat game, but the combo didn't show up until the final moment, and we didn't actually use the combo for anything productive other than love. Alright, let's do a final match and see how it goes. I think that we were lucky that we could remove Thalia so early. Otherwise, we were going to get a very hard time there. Hard to tell what is this deck that we are facing now, but let's guess that it's going to be running red, blue, and maybe white. SRAM and Conviction is a nice combination. We have either hub and the stockpile. So let's begin with the either hub. And one lesson from the last game is that we have to be very careful when tapping lands, since we run 3 colors and we want to do it properly. Red, as expected. And here we go with the planes, and let's, I think the copter is a good idea here. And well, Jonathan Sweet has just now added me to his friends list. That I thank you very much for doing so, and at some point we might meet in some duel. Alright, we have two SRAMs. Now, how do you pronounce this? SRAM! Okay, let's risk one of them and send the copter in. Copter might get killed here, but if we don't risk it, we are never going to find it. So let's see. And if we find a land, I think we... Okay, I knew it. But the opponent spent all the energy to kill the copter, and this powerful removal goes against the copter instead of SRAM. So not the end of the world there. So far mono red with energy, maybe artifacts, since this gets a pump up when an artifact is in the battle play. Right, let's drop conviction here and see what we draw, and hope this does not die. Okay, opponent apparently does not has some instant speed removal, so swing with SRAM. Let's see, depending if the opponent chooses to block, it gives us some information on what he has in hand. He does not block, so either he has something really powerful. Do we go with the stockpile? We might be losing the conviction combo with SRAM. I think we do not yet. When we have more mana, we can do the hidden stockpile SRAM conviction combo. Here comes the vehicle. Now both can attack this turn because this one has the ability to swing the same turn it enters without crewing, and we cannot block, but next turn we are going to be in a much better position. This is so tempting now to use here. Oh boy. By using this one, we draw a card and are going to hit the opponent for 7, and also have the stockpile in case we find an untapped land that we can use to cast. Okay, I'm going to risk it, also making the opponent very concerned about what we do. We found either Meltdown, but not the end of the world. So if we had more lands, this hand is very impressive, but double black is very hard to come by. Alright, just in case things if we are run into trouble, we can bring back the other spell. What was it? Okay, this conviction. I think we are going to return it to hand anyways, so we can recast it and draw an additional card. We get hit by 3 here, and finding a removal spell would help us greatly. Alright, stop timer and bring back to hand, so just for the sake of drawing another card if we need to. Harnessed Lightning. Oh, so you had that one waiting for. Doesn't matter, we have another SRAM waiting for you. Okay, what we don't have is other colors, so let's go with this. Why cannot we tap the Westbell Abbey? I don't know. What's happening here? Westbell Abbey, please give me your mana. Okay, let's see now. Alright, that's what we wanted. Now, this is a big risk if the opponent can kill now this SRAM. Oops, no lands. Mana screwed. Even doesn't matter the color, we only have 4 lands here, and we need more to operate this. Well, I think the opponent have us good here. If we choose to block, it's not good for us, but if we do not block, we might be dying here. So I think there's no more. It's very sad to have to do this, but if the opponent has more burn damage or some pump up, we die. Glad to see this one showing up, but a land would have been better. Why don't you use the... Alright, conviction for sure. It's easier to cast, and we don't have blue actually. Let's see if the opponent kills the Oromancer now. 4 mana, and he hasn't played anything last turn. Maybe he's not finding the colors. Maybe he wants us to use this before killing the Oromancer. But it is our only play now, right? Let's try it. Right. Attack. This is a risk because if the opponent has another hasty creature, we don't have blockers anymore. But opponent is also at low life, so hopefully we can find a land now. It's about time we find some lands, please. This one has menace, so we are not going to be able to block it easily, and spawns a 2/1 token when it attacks. Crazy ideas. That's not fair. Spawning tokens during the combat. Not fair, boy. Okay, either hub. So we should be really careful on what do we want to do with our additional land here. If I play the turtle, I gain 1 more energy, so no, 2 more energies. So I think we want to do that. That is going to give us access to all of this. And maybe imprisoned in the moon against this one. Then we have the turtle to block some strange stuff. Alright. A bit overkilling there, but I think it's the safest play. Other option is to hold back either Meltdown and try to trick the opponent into attacking, but now in doing this we are applying pressure to the opponent's life total, so if he drops some blocker, he is going to want to have that one on defense. No! Goodbye, turtle. So either Meltdown, definitely it's going to shrink the Sky Sovereign. Why are you attacking? That's a bad play. Oh boy, Blightcaster. We could Blightcaster, but then what? Not enough energy. We could hidden stockpile, bring back this conviction, and then have the revolt, but that leaves us without the blue for the flyer. But the opponent still needs to crew this one, so I think we just attack here. So if the opponent finds burn damage, it's not going to matter. So we want to put the opponent against the ropes and hope either Meltdown is going to be our hope. It's going to give us more energy, so then we can... Oh, ouch! Ouch! This is going to hurt. Yeah. Oh, yeah! That was not a wise move. You should have sent this one into attack. 3 damage against her. There you go. So unless the opponent has 1 mana pump spell, such as Titan's Strength, we should be fine here and take the game from here. Come on, yes, yes. Oh, Oh, can we do some fancy stuff now? Well, we have now 2 energy, so we could cast the Tormentor, but let's just attack and see what happens. And woohoo! Okay, I want to thank everybody for this victory, especially the director and the people behind the scenes. Now, really very amusing game. I really enjoyed. I thought that it was difficult to win, especially since we got a little mana screwed there, but the power of this synergistic deck, I think it's really high on synergy. Just look at the stars the game, the system uses here. So really cool deck, very fun to play. But I want to try new ideas now, so that's going to be it for this one. And I'm hoping to see you soon in the next video. And that's going to be it for this one. Until next time, sayonara.